All right, mentees. I'm going to show you guys the workflow that we're going to be improving. All right. So the first thing that you guys see is that I am in PG admin. I'm going to show you where when users fill out a form, where the data is coming from. And you guys will see right now that the database, there's no records, there's no rows. You guys are going to actually see me do a test case for each one, fill out the form, and then you guys are going to see how that's going to populate our database. All right. So the first one, we basically have 5 forms that we need to automate for them, automate the workflow for. So they have a business spotlight form, they have a new membership interest form, they have a business partnership form, they have a campaign lead form, and then they have a sponsor lead form. Okay. So now if I just query our database, I'm just going to select start from. You'll see right now there's no records in the database. All right. So we have our different fields. I'll go over that a little bit more once I fill them out. We have our new member interest form. All right. So as you guys can see right now, there's no records. All right. And then we have the business partner one. All right. Again, no records here yet. They have the campaign lead. All right. If I select start from here, again, no records in our database yet. And finally, the sponsorship lead. All right. And again, there's no records. All right, what I'm about to do now is flip over to the front end, the website that actually has the form. And I'm going to show you like actually going through the process of filling out our test case, some tests, and some test data, and then how when we query the database again, you guys will see that the records are coming in. All right, so give me 1 second on that. All right, guys, so here's the front end where users actually come to fill out their information. So now if we go to share story, what I'm about to do now is just to put in some test data so that you guys can see how this gets implemented. So I'm just going to do test biz one. It's going to be test contact one. And then for now, I'm gonna just leave the email as a test one. In the future, once we actually do the automation, I'm gonna put a real email so that you guys can see the email. But for now, let's just do test biz one at email.com. And then we'll put a test phone in there. Hopefully, this is no one's real number. All right, we'll put a test zip code in here. And then this would be like 555 Main Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Two. Let's say the interview style is Zoom. Test this story. And we'll say that they uh test business story one. And we'll say that we heard about them through the web, and I'm gonna press submit. All right, so as of right now, this is what happens when we submit the form. Thanks, we got your story. Your submission has been received. We'll be in touch within 1 to 3 business days to schedule your interview. All right, and then they can return to the home page. All right, so now let's see how that record now is loaded to the database. All right, so let me pause this really quick. All right, so now I'm about to select this business spotlight data again, database table again. I'm gonna do select all, and boom, you guys can see now that we have that test data recorded. All right, so so notice that the business owner did not get alerted. They did not get any sort of email. So this is what I mean by the process is extremely manual. The only thing that happens is they just get directed to that page and it just says that the business will be in contact with them within 1 to 3 business days. All right. I'm going to show you guys 2 more examples of how the membership one and then the business partnership one goes through. So give me 1 second. All right. All right, so now we're at their membership merch signed up, their monthly membership sign up. So we're on the front end now. And now let's go through the same process. So I'm gonna do test member one. We'll put in test mem1 at email.com. We'll put in test phone number. We'll put in that test address, zip code here. Are you located in Atlanta? Because they only service Atlanta. I confirm I would like to sign up for the Atlanta local monthly membership. To hear about us, web, and the preferred contact method. All right. Again, if we do a submit, it sends us back here. Thanks, we got your submission. Your submission has been received. If everything went through correctly, you should receive an email from us within 24 hours containing your invoice to officially pay and complete your Atlanta local monthly membership. If you do not receive your invoice, the invoice within 24 hours, please contact us. All right. Again, super manual. Let's check out the back end to see that the data was actually received. All right. All right, I'm going to do a select star from this table this time, which is the Atlanta new member interest. And there we go. We got our test member one. We got our test member email, all that information that we just filled out. All right. The next one we're going to test out is the business partner one. All right. Give me 1 second on that one. All right, guys, we're on the front end, and now we're about to fill out some information for the business partnership sign up. So let's do test biz one again, but we're going to call this test biz partner one. Let's say that there's this type of food, and we're going to say www.testbizpartner1.com. And then we'll just make this ad for each one of the handles. Make this ad testbiz1 at, and then we'll just make this the name test business partner one. We'll make this the email test biz partner1 at email.com. We'll do our regular, there we go. Location, we'll say this is 555 Main Street. And then we'll say we live in Atlanta. 8, Georgia. And then we make this our address. Let's say our preferred tier is the basic, our monthly, and let's say that our revenue share is balanced. Let's say our fulfillment is this one, and our timeline, let's say we're ready now. And let's just say this is test is part one. All right, and then let's go to sign up. All right, so for this one, they don't even get redirected. I don't even know if this got properly sent. Let's see if they even got properly sent. This time it just says thanks, we'll be in touch shortly. So definitely need some improvements on that one. But let's pause and see if that information actually went through for our business sign up or not. All right, so now if we do a select, oh wait, is this, I think this is sharing, right? Okay. If we do a select star from, okay, so as we can see, that's a bug we could actually point out to the client that they're not even receiving data from that particular endpoint. Don't know if it's suspected or not, but that's another place that we can say that we improve the efficiency of their workflow. All right. These next two, they don't even have the forms submitted yet, or they don't have the forms connected to the database, but let's just check out their front end. All right, so this is their front end for their campaign. As you guys can see, if you click join the cause right now, it does not take them to a form. The form isn't being rendered out. They just have the information. So that's a situation where we're actually going to have to like create the form for them, probably somewhere at the bottom. We'll create like a little form for them. And then that's how the campaign form one is going to get filled out. And then same for the sponsorship one. Probably definitely going to have to do some updates to the front end design of it. It's a little messy, a little confusing right now. And then there's not an actual form for the sponsors to be able to fill out some information. So we're definitely going to do some UX design updates, some updates to the actual development of the page, and then also implement the form so that the information will go to the back end. So we've already been able to identify 3 places that we can improve their business process. We could point out the fact that as of right now, their form, when users fill out the form for their partnership, it doesn't even report to their backend model. We have to create a new form for this one, the campaigns, and we have to do some UX updates as well as connecting this one to the back end. All right, so for these two, this is going to be, let's go back to join us, and this is their membership. What we want to do is make this process more automated, and the same with the Spotlight Your Business one. All right, so the same thing here. We just need to make this more automated. All right, so I showed you guys the front and back end. What I'm gonna go over next is the documentation of how we're going to improve this process. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.